Let's come to our second segment, and that concerns the European Union and the GSP Plus, as far as also the FATF and the appreciation by the EU ambassador to Pakistan concerning the 26 out of 27 conditionalities that have been met with by Pakistan. Let's hear what the EU ambassador had to say.
The last report, FATF report, actually recognized that Pakistan has already achieved 26 of the 27. The position of the EU has always been that we recognize the major achievements, the road traveled by Pakistan I would say in a very short period of time. We encourage Pakistan to do the extra effort for the 27th. And we look forward to the next meeting of the FATF, where there will be a new decision about what happens with the current grey listing of Pakistan. I think it's in October.
Now, of course, the Pakistan-EU Business Forum has also been launched to promote Pakistan's small and medium industries enterprises sector at a ceremony. In the first phase, this forum is going to provide an annual grant of 100 million euros for the development of the small and medium-sized businesses. This is the first ever EU-Pakistan Business Forum, and it was launched yesterday, and it is aimed at, of course, boosting trade with countries in the European Union. At the same time, Pakistan has also signed the access to the GSP Plus status that is going to remain in place until the end of next year, 2023, and it is then that the EU will decide whether to extend the GSP Plus status to Pakistan as well. At the same time, the ambassador of the European Union to Pakistan, Androulla Kaminara, also appreciated the fact that Pakistan was meeting with the conditionalities as far as the FATF was concerned. And she, of course, said that the GSP Plus status has a very positive effect on Pakistan. It has boosted Pakistan's exports to the European Union by $7.5 billion US dollars. She was talking to the media. Of course, we are showing images of that, and we also showed you a little clip of what she had to say in the inauguration as well. Also, the EU-Pakistan Business Forum is a very important forum that she also inaugurated, and Ambassador Kaminara also praised Pakistan's performance regarding the implementation of the FATF, of course, the action plan that was recommended by the FATF. She termed the implementation of 26 out of 27 recommendations of the FATF as a great achievement for Pakistan. She expressed the hope that the country will successfully implement the last point. She also added that the decision to remove Pakistan from the grey list will be taken in the next FATF meeting. She also said that the European Union had certain concerns as far as Pakistan was concerned, but of course she said that she expected that all the conditionalities will be met with in the future. Ambassador, Excellency, thank you very much to have joined us. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Excellency Kaminara, let's talk first of all about the EU-Pakistan Business Forum. How important do you feel it is as far as promoting Pakistani businesses in the European Union is concerned? And how much do you feel this can go as far as boosting Pakistan's current economic status is concerned?
I think it's hugely important. I think a very big step forward in EU-Pakistan trade relations took place yesterday. One of the reasons that we decided to launch this EU-Pakistan Business Forum, particularly targeted on SMEs, was that we saw that the GSP Plus opportunities offered were not really fully taken up. By that I mean that under GSP Plus there are a very large number of products and services that can benefit from zero import duties into the EU, but Pakistan was not using all of those opportunities. I have to also underline that Pakistan has been doing very, very well with respect to GSP Plus, but it could do even much better. So since there were only the GSP Plus benefits were only being used for a few sectors, we decided to make it better known what other sectors can benefit from this, and also to inform particularly SMEs, which are the ones that need more information about how to access the EU market, and what opportunities exist there.
As far as the opportunities are concerned, Excellency, you also said that the SMEs will be provided with easy access to credit, technology transfer and elimination of red tape. How important is it to further boost this industry in Pakistan?
Well, in order to eliminate, for example, red tape, it's not just on the EU that has to provide support, but it's also work in partnership with the government of Pakistan in order to see how we can, let's say, streamline some of the processes to make it easier. But on some of the other issues that concern SMEs, like issues of what skills are necessary, technology transfer, and also potentially for access to financial resources. With the other arm of what the EU is doing here, our development cooperation projects, we can help in supporting SMEs to gain those skills, to gain to have access to technology transfer, and also support in potentially having access to financial resources by supporting schemes here in Pakistan that would provide loans and guarantees for SMEs in order to be able to export.
All right, ma'am. And how important do you feel is the GSP Plus status that, of course, has been provided by the EU to the Pakistani business community, especially the SMEs? And B, how do you foresee the future of Pakistan-EU relationship as far as the GSP Plus status is concerned? Do you feel that Pakistan, under the current circumstances, can go ahead, and do you feel that the EU will grant the extension of the GSP Plus when it comes to an end?
Okay. So how important it is, GSP Plus? Well, with the use of GSP Plus, Pakistan has been able to drastically increase its exports into the EU. Over a period of about 8 years, Pakistan has seen an increase of exports into the EU of the order of 66%. The value of the goods that are exported is 7.5 billion euros per year, which is huge. And exports to the EU is the #1 export destination of Pakistani products. We are 33% of your exports. The next country of destination is 16%. So you can understand that millions of jobs in Pakistan are actually linked to this GSP Plus status of Pakistan. Now, looking into the future, nobody can say with accuracy what will happen, but I can reassure you that if Pakistan continues to accelerate the reforms that are required under the GSP Plus mechanism, then we can foresee a positive outcome for the future. But this will very much depend on the progress of the reforms and also the concrete changes that we see on the ground. I have to underline that we have been working very, very closely with Pakistan and particularly with the Ministry of Commerce, but not only, for example, also with the Ministry of Human Rights, or some of the preconditions for GSP Plus. And we have confidence that Pakistan will continue to progress and make the possibility of achieving the objectives a reality.
Finally, ma'am, you met with the Chief of the Army Staff, General Bajwa, very recently, and a lot of topics were discussed as per the press release of the ISPR. How do you view the humanitarian assistance that Pakistan is providing to Afghanistan? And of course, Pakistan being at the forefront also to bring different countries on the platform to talk about the future of Afghanistan and how the countries can help Afghanistan in this hour.
Not just the EU, but I would say every single EU member state has been very, very thankful of the assistance that Pakistan has provided for the recent evacuations of nationals, EU nationals, out of Kabul. Quite a few of the also of the staff that the EU delegation evacuated out of Kabul actually passed through Pakistan, and we are very thankful to all the services that were concerned for the really concrete support they have given. Of course, the humanitarian assistance aspect has not concluded because there are still people, EU citizens in Afghanistan that need to be evacuated, and there are also Afghan citizens which are the EU member states have accepted to provide refuge for, and these people are still to be evacuated. We are discussing with the authorities in the next steps. This morning, even this morning, I had another meeting in this respect, and I can reassure that we are finding the support by the Pakistani authorities very, very helpful. Now, for the future of Afghanistan, the EU has taken the position that certain benchmarks have to be met in order for the EU to further engage, for example, with the current Taliban. And these are five. First is that we will judge what happens in Afghanistan not by what they say, but what actually happens on the ground. We are looking into how human rights are respected, and also the role of women is respected. We would like to see an inclusive and representative government. We would like to have free access in order to provide humanitarian aid in Afghanistan. This is very, very important for us because we can only finance humanitarian aid if it's according to humanitarian principles. And last but not least, if Afghanistan will allow the departure of foreign nationals and Afghans that want to leave. So with respect to these benchmarks, I know quite a few of these benchmarks are also concerns and wishes of the Pakistani government, and we are in constant communication in order to assure that the evolution of the situation in Afghanistan is in a direction where the Afghan people are provided with the aid that they really desperately need. Currently, I mean, even before the 15th of August, huge humanitarian needs existed in Afghanistan. And then Afghanistan also had a drought, which affected the poverty levels of quite a few million people. And now, in addition, we have the change in the takeover of the Taliban, which is actually increasing the humanitarian needs of the country. It is estimated that about half the population will need humanitarian aid.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am, to have given us a broad view of the EU-Pakistan relationship, and also as far as the economic angle is concerned, also as far as Afghanistan is concerned, and what the EU expects from Afghanistan as far as mutual cooperation between the two is concerned in the future. Thank you very much, Excellency Androulla Kaminara, Ambassador of the European Union to Pakistan.